Hi, my name is Mary-Kate O'Shaughnessy, and during the spring of 2019, I studied abroad at Maynooth University in Maynooth, Ireland. It's a cute little Irish town about 40 minutes outside of Dublin that's filled with culture, history, and nightlife. So, if you want to learn a little bit more about what Maynooth and Maynooth University has to offer, then here's what it's like in a day in the life at Maynooth. Okay, so to start my day, I'd get up and look at this awesome view out my bedroom window. All the international students are housed in the same area of dorming. Everyone has their own single bedroom and their own bathroom, and you live with 5 or 6 other international students or Irish students in an apartment suite. And you share a kitchen and a living room, and it's a great way to get to know other students who are also in your AIFS program or just other international students who are living in the same room. So depending on the day, I'd either make breakfast in my room or I would go to the dining hall for breakfast with my friends. Maynooth has a couple dining options, including the dining hall, a coffee shop, a Starbucks, as well as a Subway where students can use their student cards to pay for meals. And after breakfast, I take a walk on my way to class around the campus and enjoy the view. There are 2 parts to campus, north and south, and the best part of South Campus, in my opinion, is the campus cat. Super friendly, loves all the students, people leave food for it. It's a great time. And most of the classroom buildings and dorms are on the North Campus, but South Campus is not only home to the campus cat, but to a massive cathedral, which was originally built in 1795 for St. Patrick's College, which is still associated with Maynooth today. Behind the cathedral, there's a massive field complex with playing fields, walking trails, cows, and a cemetery. The library is also on South Campus and is a great resource for students. Once I finished my lap around the fields and past the cathedral, I would continue into town, which connects directly to South Campus, and walk by one of the more well-known parts of Maynooth other than the university, which happens to be the historic Maynooth Castle. Students are allowed to go in for free in the spring and learn all about the history of the town, the castle, as well as the university. And did you know Maynooth Castle was built around 1200 BC and the rest of the town formed around the castle? Once on Main Street, I walked past the many stores, restaurants, and cafes that were often populated by university students. If there's one thing you don't have to worry about in Maynooth, it's finding a place to eat. For my friends and myself, our favorite spot to eat was the Roost. Quick walk from campus, great food selection, great atmosphere, all around a good place to be. So if I had time for a long walk that day, I would go hop on the rail trail, which runs parallel to the railroad tracks and the canal that go all the way into Dublin. It also connects to the Maynooth Golf Course, which has a lot of walking paths, which connects back to Main Street. So if you're into walking or running, or you just want a way to get a scenic view of the town, then there's definitely a lot of options in Maynooth. If I didn't have time for a long walk, I just turn around and head back to class. But on days I didn't have class, I'd take either the bus or the train into Dublin for the day with my friends. Both are super accessible from the university, and as part of the AIFS program, the travel card needed to use public transportation in both Maynooth and Dublin is covered in your program fee. When I first arrived in Maynooth, I really wasn't expecting this cute little Irish town that's full of life and culture, that has a castle that's literally thousands of years old, and that has a cathedral right on the campus. I would highly recommend studying abroad at Maynooth University to anyone who is interested in learning more about Irish culture.